G'day everyone. It pains me to have to come to you in this manner this morning, but unfortunately, I have become the subject of a very, very nasty and dishonest attack as a medical health provider in our area. And it's something that I simply can't allow to persist. So there was a client, if you head to my flip-flop family therapy, there's one nasty review on there. If you go to Facebook, there's another nasty review on my profile, anywhere that it could be said. An individual and her partner reached out for a session a couple of weeks ago after having gone through all the preliminary type stuff. They attended the session. The session went. I always will always lend the session to go longer. I'm not really worried about timings and that kind of thing. I really have a heart to help people in the best way I can. Having done what we did, things were fine. Sent them an email, said, listen, I forgot to ask. As a couple, a lot of times I understand that couples have separate finances and whatnot, so I just didn't check on who was to receive payment. The one individual had said, yeah, I'll take payment on, that's fine. So when I sent the invoice, it sent back and they had complained that it was too much. And I had stated that I didn't understand where that came from, because not only were you given all notice of the sessions, you were sent a confirmation on 2 different times to which identified the service to be rendered, the duration of the service, and the cost all there. That was a confirmation that was sent. Anyways, in good faith, I had explained that the fees that this person wanted was for that they had requested originally was for an individual type session, not a couple session. But in good faith, I even reduced the payment down quite substantially. In good faith, again, to want to be good business. I want to help people. The individual seemed to be okay with that because they booked a second appointment. Again, the second appointment came in, same confirmation, same idea. Here's your service, here's your duration, here's the cost, everything that goes on. They came in. Again, the session went longer because. And I know probably as a professional, that's probably not good business sense for running sessions longer, but it's one of those things that being an old military fella who really just wants to help folks out, I always leave a little bit extra time at the end of sessions to make sure that we get to a logical break point, that the person is really treated well. That being said, the session went on for substantially longer than it was supposed to be. Still only charged for the regular rate. Got back home, sent the invoice, and once again, I get the text back going, why was this so much? And so, which I replied, it wasn't so much. It was the appointment that you booked. It was the service you provided, and this was the cost. And then this is when things began to turn sour. And this individual then lashed out and said that they didn't owe me anything. They weren't paying for it. I was dishonest. I was all kinds of nasty stuff. I sent back, I said, well, that wasn't the case. I actually sent an email this time outlining my position. I also took all of the electronic documented information and sent this individual and said, there is no, I don't understand where this is coming from, or how you believe that this is correct. Once this was received, this individual then took to Google and then took to Facebook and took to anywhere else and just really, really produced a very, very dishonest review of my business and my practices. And so unfortunately, I reached back to the individual and tried to rectify it there. It didn't work. I reached out to Google and there's nothing they can do about it. So really I had no recourse. I reached out to a number of lawyers in the area and nobody will return the call. I guess maybe this is not substantial enough for whatever. So anyways, I find myself, there's no other recourse in this but to move forward publicly. So in addition to this video, I'm also going to list photos of our conversation, and because the only thing that was even remotely personal she has already made public, there's no breach of confidentiality in that, but I want for potential clients to reach out to see the negativity and the untruths that are being presented by me online. one of the big things with family therapy, or with any kind of therapy actually, is the fact that we don't get to rely on such things as Google reviews and other public forums, purely out of the idea that we want to protect client confidentiality. And so therefore I don't have it's not possible to have 100 or a couple of hundred, or a number of positive client reviews to offset this one negative one, to kind of give some kind of to give some kind of comparison. So as it is, this one review stands as my review of my business, my complete review of my business. And since this has happened, there has been a number of people who have gone on and now reacted to her story favorably, with hearts and prayer emoji hands and that kind of thing. My interactions are up. My searches are up online, but I get no contact whatsoever. And I'm imagining this is largely due to this review. So, in wanting to not only protect my business and my integrity, my personal integrity, because I mean, let's be honest, a personal review is just that. But in this case, because of the severity of what it's doing to those who are hurting, I find I have no other option than to kind of reach out and appeal to you publicly, and present to you the evidence that stands in opposition to the claim that's on there, to show that none of it is real, that none of it is true, and that I really do value my clients. I really do value the help that I offer. And in addition to the education that most RPs will go through here in Ontario and the regulations, being an old military fella, I bring with me an immense amount of experience and training outside of that, and plus I've even gone over above and beyond and become qualified in EMDR in our area, which is a modality that's just beginning to grab hold here in Canada. It's really big in the US and overseas, but it's just becoming known here in Canada as being incredibly effective for folks. And being as one of the only providers in our area to do that, now this review really is putting others' mental health at a disadvantage, and that's the part that bugs me the most, that I have the most trouble with. And so again, folks, please, before you make a decision based upon a review, please have a look at this video. Please have a look at the evidence, and then make up your mind. If you've known me in some way, shape, or form that you can attest that, or you feel what you want to attest to that, that would be wonderful. If not, even if you don't, and you read the reviews and you see the evidence and you realize that's not the case, if you could share that around in whatever platform, I give you full permission to share that around in whatever platform you wish, to really try to help to ease the mind and salve the minds of those who are hurting and looking for help, and then discarding the opposition, or the opportunity to come see me in that capacity. So again, I really thank you folks for helping me out with this. I'm really sorry to have to come in this manner, but as I said, at this point in time, there really is no other alternative for me to move forward, both professionally and personally in this. So again, thanks so much, folks, and remember, you really do have a friend here in Flip Flop Family Therapy. You have someone who really wants to help in any way, shape, or form that I can, and that regardless of what you're going through, just remember that we've left the light on for you. Thanks so much, folks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.